Hi, I'm Matt. It's night time, I'm cold, and I'm on Dartmoor because today I'm trying search and rescue.
I suppose it's like you're hunting for a human. Oh God, there's a big rock on the left. Oh, you're a heavier. This is tricky. You really feel the heat of the moment. This is a lot of work.
Is this part of the exercise?
Real one now. I am at Dartmoor Search and Rescue Ashburton. Please introduce yourself. Who are you?
Hi Matt, my name is Richard. I'm the fundraising officer here for the team. So yeah, welcome to our rescue centre.
Yeah, I'm amazed by the amount of stuff you've got. It looks like you're a full-on emergency service.
Yeah, we do a lot of work supporting the emergency services. We get called out to help search for missing people. That includes people classed as vulnerable and people with conditions such as dementia, for example. But we're also here to support the ambulance service and services like the air ambulance for people that have injured themselves or got lost up on Dartmoor. The weather can be pretty changeable. So yeah, that's what we're here to do.
And this area is quite popular with people doing outdoor pursuits and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. So yeah, Dartmoor National Park is obviously a big area for tourists to come and it's a really popular place for hiking. So yeah, we have a whole different range of scenarios that we deal with, and it includes water rescue as well.
And despite how big of an impact you have and the amazing things that you do, you're all volunteers?
Yeah, that's right. So we're a team of, I think, probably around about 50 people. Some of us have just started with the team and some of my colleagues have been doing it for like 35, 40 years.
Wow.
But yeah, every single one of us is a volunteer. We're on call 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. And yeah, we receive absolutely no funding from the government or any sort of official funding. So everything that you see here is all the result of donations from our generous public.
An essential emergency service that is volunteer run and charity funded.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Well, what are we going to be doing today?
Well, we've set up some different stations for you. So we're going to introduce you to some of our water kit.
Yeah.
That we would typically use for rescues or searches on the River Dart in particular, which we have running through our area. We're going to introduce you to some medical kit as well, just to give you a view of the type of stuff that we do. And we're also going to introduce you to some of our rope rescue equipment as well, and sort of run a couple of scenarios and just explain some of the different types of things that we do.
Today, I'm going to be taking part in one of the team's regularly scheduled training exercises, where they get to play with all the tools on the moor without the pressure of a real-life emergency. We're going to be looking for an actor. But before I do that, I need to learn as much as I can in the next hour. Fortunately, some of the team have volunteered to take on that enormous task.
Most of the training we do is to make sure that our members are safe. Straps up over the shoulders. Jimmy it all the way up.
Nope.
No, okay. That's not going to go on. So if there's someone in the water, you'd get their attention.
Swimmer, I'm going to throw you a line.
They will catch it, you would hold onto the line and then swing them into the bank.
This is your standard climbing harness.
Yeah.
So if you want to put a foot in there. So this here is our belay device.
Yeah.
The rope goes through it, and at the moment it's locked off and he's hanging there nice and safe. Pull it round until you find that sort of sweet spot, and then just lower the rope. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
This is our Saturday morning kit checks for the vehicles.
What have you got in here? I noticed there's a bike wheel.
Well, we got a special mountain rescue stretcher, a big vacuum mattress in there, casualty bag, rope gear, a bit of everything in there. This has got all the medical kit that you could ever possibly need. All of our vehicles carry a defibrillator.
Are they the same type as that you get in offices and schools?
Yeah,
and
very
everything?
much so. Even you could do it.
Yeah. What are you saying about? Oh, I know. I'll take
Yeah.
Unsurprisingly, that hour of training didn't turn me into a fully qualified real search and rescuer. That takes about 18 months. But I've had a teeny tiny crash course that'll let me follow along for the main event. These people here are the proper trained search and rescuers. I like how you've all got the little logo. Oh! I love how you've all got different alarm calls on. Have you got the Thunderbirds theme as yours? Is this my time to shine?
That's you, yeah.
What do I do?
Go walk in the back of that vehicle.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, Matt. I'm Ian.
Nice to meet you, Ian.
I'm the duty search manager.
Okay. Now, obviously, we don't have a real casualty, so we can take some time. You can tell me what's going on rather than having to scramble.
Yeah, indeed. Well, what the scenario is, we just had a call from the police, who they've been asked for our help by the ambulance service. They're attending a climber who's fallen somewhere in a quarry north of Haytor. And so it's fairly obvious that we're going to need to attend as a team to assist with that, because it's quite a difficult place to get somebody out of on a stretcher.
Yeah.
And so once I've got the team alerted and on their way, the next thing to do is to go into a piece of software. This one's called SAR-MAN. I can use the phone find tool, so I can actually send the message out to the person's phone.
Yeah.
And that asks them to click on a link, which then allows the remote website to access their GPS information and harvest the position. So in this scenario here, what we've got is somebody who's managed to make the call, but the phone has gone offline again. So we're not able to do much with it. Now, fortunately, the police also do have access to, through the phone companies, to some other information. And this phone apparently has been pinging the mast every now and again. It's been pinging on this mast here.
Yeah.
And they're able to tell us that the transmitter it's coming in on is working between these two angles, so between that angle and that angle. And so what we can see is that that this wedge here that would be seen by this mobile phone mast actually covers the area we've been told that we're going to. So that helps us to focus.
Right.
We've got the vehicles ready to go on the road. We've got a call sent to the team. They know where they're going. What we'd do now is we'd jump in the front and we would head off to the RV for the incident, and then we'd start organising the team to get out there and go looking.
I was going to ask, because we're in a van right here, so you take this van and all of this stuff with you.
Yes.
So then you've got a forward operating base, and you don't have to like be fiddling on little phones and stuff to get the information. You've got it there, vaguely nearby.
Always excuse that. Okay, that's just the demonstration again. It's just come in a second time late. So
I thought we were going to have to go then.
Yeah.
We have our mission, which means it's time to head over to Haytor to meet the rest of the search team.
We've been called by the police. They've been contacted by a lady called Carol, who was out exploring some quarries around Haytor. She slipped and basically can't walk back. So, unfortunately, before we could get a location or anything, her phone died. So all we know is it's a quarry somewhere near Haytor. We'll take the Land Rovers up the track as far as we can. We've got dogs available to us today, and also the drone team are deploying as well. So we'll let them do the first searching and then hopefully zip in with a stretcher and team if she needs carrying out. Any questions? All right, come on in, team, come on, Matt.
I don't think I've ever ridden in a vehicle that's had blue lights on.
Have you not?
Is that lump of rock up there Haytor?
That's Haytor, yes.
So the quarry should be just behind it?
The one we're starting with the drone on that is straight in front of us.
So what's the process from here? We've deployed, we're on the track heading
We're on the
towards...
track, so basically we're just getting the equipment as close as we can basically at the moment. So then we'll deploy out into the dog and the drone team. We'll go out and try and find her first. In the meantime, we'll have teams assembling a stretcher.
Yeah.
We basically always assume the worst case, so we'll assume we've got to carry her off basically. The stretcher team will assemble that.
Yeah.
There'll be two teams taking turns basically to walk the stretcher out, because it's quite cumbersome, as you will find out later on.
And we're being monitored now back on in the van, aren't we? Because they've got our location from
That's
the radios.
Right, yes. All these vehicles have got GPS radios.
So they'll be comparing where they think...
Where we think we are. Same with us when we carry our personal radios, they're all GPS tracked as well.
And we're going down one of the routes, there'll be another team going down another route, and they're seeing where we're...
That's right, yes.
Yeah. So there's a chance that they could find her on the other route and we'd get called off.
That's right, yep. That's right.
That would make a very short video.
It would. Right, so this is as far as we can go with the vehicles, unfortunately.
Yeah. So I've been told the drone people are at the bottom of this hill setting... Oh, there they are. Oh, they've just launched it as well. Now, I've heard that it's not just your normal drone, it's a bit fancy too, to help them with their searching and therefore their rescuing as well. I'm assuming they're not going to let me have a go with it though. Hello.
We got Matt.
I saw you approaching, mate. The drone's up there.
Oh yeah, you will have done, won't you? I hear you're our drone pilot for the day.
Yeah, there we are in a visible picture.
Yeah.
And this particular drone has a thermal imaging.
Oh, thermal
so
imaging.
we can see what the picture is in infrared. And you can see my nice hot legs there. And your little hot face.
Oh, that must make it so much easier to find someone.
And we can mix the two images as well. So you can have optical image and thermal image superimposed.
Yeah. Well, you must be an essential part of the team now, because you can help focus the effort if you can see whether there is or isn't someone this easily.
It's very good for
places like cliffs. You can actually send the drone over and actually have a first look along Sea Cliff, or look around a waterway or a reservoir to see where there's anything obvious on the waterline without having to actually
peer over the edge.
Around. Yeah.
So I hear our casualty might be in the quarry area. Shall we go have a look over there then with the drone?
Yeah. If you look, there's a hot spot there.
Oh yeah. But then you've also got to look for anomalies like sheep walking around, but I suppose we'll have hotspot.
Well, of course, what we can do is just switch back to visible and see if it's a person. It looks like a person and not a sheep. There's something in amongst that tree. Is that a red jacket in there, do you think?
Possibly.
Could be someone moving. It's certainly quite a heat source there. I think there's something there under the trees there.
Cool. So is this something now that you'd radio through that we've seen some heat sources?
Yeah, the heat source in the quarry.
On the far side of the quarry.
Far side of the quarry. This is Dark Pete. We have spotted a heat source with the drone in the quarry over by the water. Recommend investigation. Over.
So they've radioed in saying they've found the heat source. I'm going to go and see if I can catch up with them at the top of this hill. But they're no doubt sending some people over there to have a look, because on the screen it just looked like red blobs, I'll be honest. And switching to the visible camera, I couldn't see anything. I could see some big rocks where he said it might be hot rocks, but behind the bush it just looked like a bush. And well, if the bush is warm, then there's got to be something living in there. It didn't look like it was on fire or anything. There was no smoke. And of course it's getting dark now, so it's hard to see, and we want to go have a look now before it gets too dark. Cambria, they might have a real one.
Okay. Is this part of the exercise?
No.
Real one now.
Okay, guys, let Paula get ahead. It sounds like it's coming from that direction. Can you get the drone?
It seems like they've got a real incident that's just happened. They've all just rushed off. I think I could hear someone shouting. They've given me permission to follow along behind.
No, we're hearing shots from the quarry area.
We can currently see them coordinating everything. So one
Are
team...
they aware this is a no duff?
What does no duff mean?
So no duff's a code word that we use to let everybody know that this is not part of the exercise, it's not part of the training, it's real. So as soon as a no duff's called, all exercise training stops, and we go straight into real search mode. And we would only ever use the word no duff when it is for real.
Can I ask you some questions now?
Yeah, fire away.
So I've seen some people down there. I saw some people go up at the top of that ridge.
Yeah.
Right now, all the information that we've got is someone heard a shout.
Yeah, so we can hear shouts for help. And as it's not part of the exercise, we're duty bound to go and investigate it.
Yeah.
So what we've done, we've stopped the exercise. We're going to try and get the drone back over the quarry to see if there's someone in the quarry who's been scooting around the edge and taken a fall. We think the shouts for help are coming from that direction. The wind is coming from that direction. So all we're doing is we're getting a line out of people now. They're going to start a search pattern.
And we heard the dog was shouting as well, so that might...
Yeah, absolutely. It might be why the team have stopped, because what we're trying to do is get the dog in front of the team, so the scent of our people don't put the dog off. So
Right, Ross, go ahead, over.
People on nature itself, backing up, so it could just be that, but we're just getting forward to clear the top of the quarry.
Okay, understood. 2 out.
It definitely sounded like cause for help.
100%.
It looked like there's a load of kids playing on the tour. So Paula's taking the dog up to the top of the quarry, and if she doesn't find anything, we'll leave it like that, I think.
Okay,
we want to carry on.
So reset, go back to where we were, shall we? Everyone happy with that? Yeah.
I'm going to say for the record here that that wasn't staged. I think they've decided that it was people making a lot of noise just over on the other side of this hill. But yeah, when you've got a emergency rescue team and you hear shouts, you investigate, don't you? So Out on the moors, I had limited phone signal, which is fine when you're expecting it, but it is nowhere near as annoying as when you're abroad and can't use your phone because of huge roaming charges. This video sponsor, Saily, has a solution. In the olden days, to get reasonably priced phone usage abroad, I would actually go into a phone shop, buy a physical SIM card and put it in my phone. Saily, however, uses the modern equivalent eSIMs. So all you need to do is download the app, buy a plan for over 200 countries or 8 whole regions, and install the eSIM from the app before you set off. You can get 15% off Saily data plans if you download the app and use the code MattGray at checkout. That felt close. There was no real emergency, so it's time to go back to the pretend emergency, starting with getting our kit prepared.
We are going to need a medical bag.
Yeah.
Oxygen.
Oh, you're a heavier.
We're going to pick that up. It comes over the top.
Tell you what, the weather today is all right, but when it's really cold and raining and stuff, I bet this is so much slower to put together. Definitely seeing the results of the phrase, many hands make light work.
It depends on the casualty and what we know as to how much we'll take with us. This is kind of a standard loadout for what we're doing today.
So you're generally not travelling with anything less than this?
No, and obviously once we've got a casualty on that, we have to get all this kit back. So you get quite used to carrying additional stuff on top of your own thing. Try and get it roughly central.
Yeah. And then
metal plate over the top. And that makes this an awful lot easier to move around the moor. And so that's now ready for when we find a casualty.
Yeah.
We can just pick that up and go.
So all we need to do now is find a casualty?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think you're going with the dog team to find that.
Okay, let's find the dogs then.
So I'm Paula.
Paula, and who have we got with us?
This is Mountain Rescue Search Dog Amber. I've had her since the moment she was born.
Yeah.
She's always been my dog. She's never been anywhere else.
Yeah.
And as a search dog handler, you qualify as a team. So me and a dog. As a dog team, we work the wind. So what we're working at is a search strategy that takes the dog across the wind, working in the most efficient way. So we know that there was some sound heard in the quarry, so we're just going to check that out, and then we're going to go on to the rest of our search area and beyond. She's quite a noisy dog, so she'll be a bit woofy getting going because she's quite keen.
Isn't it?
Yes, and they have to really like people, because all she's doing is looking for somebody to play with who she thinks is going to throw a ball to them, which I've got secreted upon my person. So that's all she wants to do.
Yeah.
And we're just using that. But the dogs really love this. It's the best day of the week is when they can get into the hill. So find him then.
Right, let's go then.
Find him. Go on, you find him. Find him. Go on, you find him. They can be aware of people quite a long way away. You'd be surprised how far away she'll pick up over. So I'm going to put her across here now just to check the wind across here.
This is more than just the dog running around trying to, it's got to be looking for a specific kind of scent that you've trained it.
Nose, yes. What we do is we train them on lots of different people so they generalise.
Yeah.
So they don't learn to find just one person. We're actually just using a skill that the dog already has.
Yeah.
So if you've got a dog that has a high play drive, it can be trained to do this.
I suppose it's like hunting dogs, but you're hunting for a human.
Yes, that's right. I'm watching her all the time. I'm watching
Yeah.
her body language. I'm supporting her, making sure she's getting into the right places. She knows what things to check out, and I'm giving her a chance to do it.
The glory of video editing is that we can montage the search into a couple of minutes. This may have just been a controlled exercise, but it was still long and cold. For a real emergency, Paula, Amber, and the rest of the team can be out searching for hours and hours, and Amber needs to stay motivated that whole time. Search dogs are amazing.
So we're coming up against another quarry edge.
Okay, I'll try not to fall into it then.
And I've chosen this way to come
Yeah.
for a reason, because the wind is coming across the quarry.
Yes.
So I know then when she's working, she'll be working into the quarry.
Got it.
Find him.
Oh, I can hear someone.
I can hear someone.
Sounds straight ahead of me. I can actually think I can see something reflective off in the distance as well.
Go on, you find it. Now, I'm not going to ask you to come down here. I'll need to find another safe way for you, but I need to work the dog in here.
Yeah, you go down there.
Find him. This is an example of when I'm saying that when they say it's difficult, the dogs have got to go in.
So what's happening right now is Paul is heading down a very steep bank, and that's quite steep for even
Find him.
Paula to go down following the dog, but it does seem to be the most direct route. And while I probably could follow You, the film crew, are going to struggle. So Paul is also looking for a better route for us to go down.
Keep going. How comfortable do you feel about following me down here?
Personally, I'm okay. Film crew, probably not. Yeah? You sure? Okay. Right, I'm going to come follow then. This
You
is
show me.
full of, I'm going to say, heather.
Okay, well, Amber's found, so we need to she'll help us find the way in.
Yeah.
Show me.
This is tricky, Jamie. Like, I'm at the point of thinking
How
I'm going to
you
go down
doing
this
there?
on my arse.
You found him, you show me. So I'm going to let her take us in now.
Oh, we're in stream as well.
Yes. Often the people that we're looking for are either unconscious or despondent, they maybe don't want to be found. So the dog will work on absolutely no support from the person they're finding. Does that
So
make sense?
we're
That's
lucky
how we train
today.
them. Yes, but that's how we train them on, that the person's not going to assist them.
But I can see what you mean about the attitude here. Like, she's obviously...
She's not going to let us off the
Yeah.
hook. If we tried, she would.
Right,
she
let's
would
go,
drag
let's go,
us.
let's go.
Yeah.
I'm getting wet.
Come on then, you show me.
God, she's getting even more restless now.
Yeah, she's not going to let us off the hook.
Yeah.
She knows there's a party in a minute.
Now, does she get like a toy or a treat or
Yes, I've
something at the end?
got that in my pocket.
Yeah. As I mentioned, like, I know cats better than dogs, and I've seen that.
Hello. Hello. So are you going to be on that first aider?
Yes.
So I'm not going to reward my dogs.
Don't worry, we're here. What do we do now?
If you can radio in, say Dart 02.
Yeah.
This is Dog Paula. We found him. What's your name?
Carol.
Oh, hello, Carol. So I'm Paula.
Dart 02. This is Dog Paula. We have
That's
found
good.
Carol.
We're pleased
Over.
to see you too. Certainly Amber's pleased to see you. So my name's Paula and this is Amber and Matt, and we're going to help you. She's very clever. She knew you were here. So we're going to get things going now. Tell me what happened, Carol.
I was coming down here.
Yes.
I don't know. I slipped. I skidded. I don't know what I did.
Oh dear.
I'll spare you the details, but basically, in this scenario, Carol has broken her ankle and can't walk on her own.
Okay. Now, how long ago was that, Carol?
I don't know. When I phoned, I then called.
Yes. And do you think you've been unconscious, or do you think you've been conscious all the time?
It's been a very long time.
You've probably been conscious. I suspect you're very cold. So we're going to
got a
start
warming
getting
bag
you
here.
warm. So we've got some special kit here that we're going to do to start getting you warm. And then we'll have a look at you and make a plan to get you away and off the hill and into a very nice warm place. So this is Liam. I'm going to go and look after my dog, and Liam is going to help you out.
Okay.
Hi, Carol. My name's Liam. I'm part of Mountain Rescue.
All of the team members are first aid trained, with a large proportion of them, like Liam here, also qualified as remote rescue medical technicians. This means they're able to administer pain relief and life-saving medicines, and they undergo really detailed training to be able to save lives and stabilise casualties when paramedic or hospital help is very far away.
I know you're in a bit of pain. I'm going to get to that in a second, and I'm just going to do a few checks first, okay? Matt, if you wouldn't mind filling out this form.
Yeah.
For me. Okay, I'm just going to get to your wrist, and I'm just going to feel your pulse. Okay, 94 for the pulse.
Yeah.
All right, Carol. What we're going to do is I'm just going to ask for someone to sort your pain out. Inside that bag, you'll find a little packet. 3, 4, 5. Okay, Carol, we're going to give you some Entonox now. You can just rest it in there like a snorkel and just take a deep breath. That's it. And just take a breath as you need it. Okay, and that's going to ease the pain. And now we're just going to get the splints in.
Tell you what, you really feel the heat of the moment
Going down
doing
the
this.
sizes, we'll want probably the smallest one.
There's multiple.
There's multiples, that's it.
I assume I pump it up like a balloon.
Oh no, we do the opposite. So what we need to do first, we need to put these straps in. So there's some clips on there.
Gentle.
We will be super gentle. You keep puffing on that as you need it. Okay, so you can see how this is hugging her ankle now. And then as you pump, it's going to remove the air. So I'm going to form it around the ankle. Okay, keep going a little bit more. A little more.
That's tight.
Okay, see how that's now going nice and solid?
It's like vacuum packing
Stop
your
there.
duvets for long storage.
And then the final check, squeeze the toes. 4, 5, and we'll watch the colour come back. 2. We can also check the pulse in the foot as well.
So the next step's to get her out of here?
Yep, that's it. So the stretcher's going to come in now, and then we're going to be able to move her from here onto the stretcher, which we'll need a bit more of the team to do.
I've stepped out of the way because that was a very tight space and a lot of technical moving needed to happen. So the team are wrapping up our casualty now into a sleeping bag, and then the next step is going to be wheeling this, hopefully a slightly less vertical back the way we came. So I'll go over and give them a hand. Who's going to be helping me?
That's me. Hi, Matt. I'm Becky.
Hello, Becky.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
And you. So what you are seeing now is we're just getting our casualty packaged in that lovely warm sleeping bag.
Yeah.
And part of this is making sure that the casualty is like safe on the stretcher, so strapped in, as safe as possible. And then in a moment, we will get our wheel and it will go underneath.
Yes.
That will get locked on. You've seen that before.
Yeah.
And then we will start the process of the extraction. And we're hoping you might be able to give us a bit of a hand.
Of course.
Because it's quite labour intensive.
Yeah, I bet.
And then we'll wheel her off. One important thing that we need to do is you need to bear in mind that lots of people behind you can't actually see where they're putting their feet. So anytime you see a rock or maybe a big hole or a big puddle, it's give everyone a heads up. So rock left, rock right, to make sure no one else trips up.
How big a rock is a rock that needs talking about?
That right there on the left.
Rock left.
Good work.
Rock right. Rock left, middle and right. Rocks middle, right, left, middle, big un. Oh God, there's a big rock on the left. Oh God, big rock left. This really shows the amount of work you all put in.
Yeah, and I think we're all volunteers. We do this in our spare time. We have all manner of people in our team doing all kinds of jobs. People who are retired, people who are working full time, have young families. And everybody gets to kind of bring their own thing to the team.
Yeah.
And it gives us such a variety of expertise.
Yes.
And compassion and different life experiences. So I think what we'll do in a second is we'll do a swap over because as I'm sure you've probably realised it's quite tiring being at the front.
Yes, it is.
So what we're going to do is Tim's going to come and take your position. And then if you come and take this nice fluorescent yellow tape, like that. Okay. So you're carrying it across your shoulders. Okay, is everyone happy?
Let's carry on.
Let's carry on. So you're in charge of the balance.
Right, yeah. It's a very different carrying experience from this side as well. So Becky, can you explain what our destination is now?
So our destination now is getting into a position where we can hand the casualty over to the paramedics.
Right.
For onward treatment.
Okay, yes. Because I'm not including myself in this. You're the experts in the searching and the rescuing, but the paramedics are the experts when it comes to the healthcare.
They are, but we do have doctors and paramedics on our team, so we are very well set up. But of course, we do have to hand over casualties.
Tell you what, I bet you have loads of adrenaline when you're doing this for real.
There's certainly a different buzz to it.
This, I've said it already, but this is hard work. And you can see how remote it is here because looking off to the distance, there's barely any light.
You're a couple of miles from the nearest road.
Just shows how essential an emergency service you are. And it's almost ridiculous that it's unfunded and volunteer. So we're almost back at the vehicles now. This is where in a real life situation we would have the ambulance here, I suspect.
Yep, that would be right. So we would be preparing to hand over our casualty at this point where we would have met the paramedics. Any second now we'll say those two magic words which are NDEX, so we can leave that on to you. So when we get into a good position here and the casualty's safe.
NDEX!
There you go.
Is that the end of the exercise?
That was indeed. And now we need to get our wonderful actress off the stretcher. How are you feeling?
I feel great.
Hey.
And it was all just for the exercise. Thank you so much for that. You must have been freezing by the end of it.
But it was for a very important cause.
Yes. Well, it's really shown me the amount of work that this entire team put into everything. So thank you so much for Dartmoor Rescue Service Ashburton. But teams all over the country are doing this kind of thing across mountains and moorland and everything. They are all funded by donations. So please reach out, find your local organisation, or there's a link in the description for this one. And if you have spare cash, then please donate for this essential service. What an evening.
But it wasn't raining.
No, at least it wasn't raining.
That's a wrap. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you to my Patreon supporters for helping make this video possible. If you'd like to contribute to my videos, you can sign up at the link below.